Hi everyone! We had some technical difficulties. Apparently, I don't know how to work Instagram Live. This is the second Thursday Thoughts with Hannah and Eric. Eric, are you happy to be on?
I'm looking who joined.
It looks like Jacob Schlick,
Jacob's on.
Miranda Mueller, sorry. Sia in Buffalo, hi. Terry McSmith. I started this for like a Thursday Thoughts kind of thing, as a way just basically to get us to do a scheduled live and then talk about what's going on with Oak Barn Beef and answer some of the questions that you guys had. Did you see Miranda Mueller said, Eric, Jacob, what's up, friends? Hi, guys. So I had posted a post earlier this week that asked for any questions that you guys had that you wanted to ask me and Eric. And we got a few in, so we were just going to answer a few of those. But if you have any questions and want to answer them or ask them throughout this video, we are trying to watch the comments. So we'll do that as we go through. But just to start, I don't know if anybody saw my post, but we did launch the Christmas collection today. So if you're looking at getting Christmas presents and having them shipped, UPS is like slammed right now, so you'll want to order them early. So potentially before like Thanksgiving is better, just because you missed that rush. So go check those out if you're interested. But yeah, let's get started. Do you want to introduce yourself, Eric?
I'm Eric.
Any other things?
I'm Hannah's fiance. You probably know me better than I do at this point.
But I don't know, tell them like more though.
I don't know. We graduated college at the same time as Hannah. We moved back to West Point. I work at a local bank here in town and then go out to my dad's farm after work. It's about the story of my life.
Yeah. Basically, just trying to build Oak Barn Beef, and Eric's parents have been a really big part of that as we move to West Point. We hope to get our farm of our own one day, but it hasn't came up for the cards quite yet. So that's where the beef room is, and that's where we'll be renting land for cattle coming up. We have some new calves coming in soon. Do you want to tell them about that? Just so I'm not talking the whole time.
I don't know. They're Thanksgiving delivery, so we're going to put up corn stalk fence on Sunday so we can throw them out on the cover crop so they can graze and then lock them up when it's snow covered.
These are not great, like, adjectives.
I don't know.
Or verbs. Anyways, sorry. We'll try to get to the point here. But yeah, we're going to be getting our first round of cattle in West Point. So that'll be like the first ones that we own here. So that's kind of exciting. We'll be fencing corn stalks this Sunday, and then they'll be coming sometime later this month. So kind of excited about that. All right, well, we'll get to the questions that you guys had. So I see Austin joined, and he had asked a question. He said, curious, what are your guys' each picks for your go-to beef cuts at home? Eric, what's your favorite beef cuts at home?
I would say the flat iron or the flank steak, just because they're different. I didn't grow up with those, so like growing up when we would have cattle processed, we'd basically just do ribeyes, T-bones, and ground beef. So Hannah kind of introduced me to the different ones, and I like those. I don't know, something different.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like ribeyes and stuff, but...
My favorite is definitely the ribeye, though.
Yeah.
I love those. And then the next question was, it'd be super interesting to hear about your new freezer build too. It sounds like there are a lot of different ways to insulate them, especially the floor. So for you that don't know, Eric had completely basically built up the freezer that we have now. We bought it from an old gas station that went out of business in Lincoln in May, and then you've made a lot of alterations on it.
Yes, you want me a day?
Yeah.
Okay. So when we bought it, it was too tall, so we had to cut down like all the walls 9 inches. and then you like leave 2 inches so you can still nail the bottom and overlap the metal. I don't know what the. And it was originally like L shaped, and we just wanted to make it square shaped, so we had to cut down like the ceiling panel so we could make it into just a square. And we moved the walk-through door so that that would go through and open up to the garage door so Hannah could unload beef from her vehicle. And then it still has the glass door, so Hannah, when she's shipping, she can just pull from the glass doors and not have to go in and out of the freezer all the time.
Super handy.
And then it didn't have a floor because it was originally a walk-through cooler, so we bought 3/4 inch plywood, put 2x4s on end, and bought 1.5 inch polystyrene or like styrofoam, doubled that up, and put the plywood over it, painted it with paint that we put sand in so it's not slick, painted the floor, caulked the whole thing, and we had to put heat tape, like 50 foot of heat tape around the glass doors and then 25 foot around the walk-through door since it was a cooler, so it was only rated for 32 degrees. And then, so then the freezer doors wouldn't freeze shut.
Austin said, wow, some serious work.
And then the
It was, right?
Yeah, for being just styrofoam wrapped in metal, it seemed like it took a long time.
We made a lot of alterations, though.
Yeah.
I think if somebody else wanted to build one at home and they didn't have all of the headaches as we had, it might be a little easier.
Yeah. But I would say, like, I don't know, it's not necessarily size that takes that long, it's just a process that you have to go through with all of them. And then, like, the condenser was 3-phase, and we have 3-phase, but it's to the pivot, so then that they can turn that off and on since it's regulated. So then we got a new condenser that was single phase, but otherwise everything else was used. And
Yeah.
it's working good.
And that's kind of been a headache the whole time, is like trying to find single phase and 3-phase and what you have available. Because
Yeah.
even the one at my parents' house, we had a really hard time finding one that would work there. So if you are looking to build a freezer at your place, make sure to check electricity and availability first.
Yeah.
Any other advice for people who either own a direct-to-consumer business or want to, and want to build a freezer?
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
You're the pro now.
Well, what do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. I think we haven't bought one new, so we might be a little biased, and I know Eric put a lot of work into that one, but it's been really, really nice to do it kind of on a lower budget.
It is possible. I mean, we got a new condenser, so that should last us a long time. And
Right.
like, a styrofoam box doesn't wear out, so you can get a styrofoam box for 1/10 of the cost of what a new one would be.
Yeah.
So I guess, I don't know, my suggestion might be just trying to find a box that's used, and then you can always buy new equipment because that's what wears out, and go from there.
Yeah. The one that I had in my parents' place, it was all, whenever somebody came out and worked on it, they were like, this is like the old freezer in your grandma's basement that just keeps on going and you don't know how it's still going. So it's good to have something that's a little more trustworthy now.
Yeah, and I wouldn't cut out, like, just do the cheapest guy that does refrigeration, like your Joe Blow down the block. I would get the legit guy that's 2 times the cost because he actually knows what he's doing. And if you pay him the setup fee, then he's more likely to come back when it goes out at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, I'd say that's an important factor of it too.
Yeah. Don't try to, cut them down on price or cost or anything because you'll need them sometime when they don't want to come out.
Yeah. Catherine says, let's be honest, we only want to know if you've started planning your wedding yet. Eric, how is our wedding planning going?
It's going great, according to plan.
Eric hasn't helped a ton, but your day is to come.
I'm
sure you'll do a lot of
my
crafts.
thoughts when Hannah's asked, and that's about it.
It's going good though. May 29th is our wedding date. So we're having the reception at my parents' place on the farm. So my dad and mom have been working really hard on enhancing the hay barn. So that'll be really cool. And then the ceremony at a church locally. So kind of figuring it out though. Getting close. Okay.
We got some time.
Yeah. All right. The other question we got was, how did you balance school and building your business? And this one, Eric also does real estate on the side. So he's done a few like remodels, like the house we live in now. Eric basically did all of this himself, but had a lot of volunteers who helped sand all of this white woodwork. But I think like the biggest thing with balancing it was trying to figure out what basically just the priorities for every day. So whether that was if I had an animal science test, then I was studying for that and tried to plan ahead in order to schedule my time where I was able to do that. Do you have any advice, Eric? Or how did you do it?
I just think like college can be so different for people. Like if you're going to college to be a nurse, like you should probably actually do college. Well, you should do college, and you're probably gonna have to study on law and stuff. Like I was an ag business degree, so I grew up doing this, so I did not have to study like at all.
As much as some people do who weren't involved in agriculture.
So like my senior year, I was in Lincoln only 3 days a week, and that was basically, I did 14 credit hours, so I did those classes those 3 days, and I was the president of the fraternity, so I handled that stuff those 3 days, and then, what else was I? Oh, I was on the exec team for the Engler Entrepreneurship, so that my meeting and whatever else that entailed was those 3 days, and then I'd come back here and work on this house. And then it was no different than I had a house to work on in Lincoln. You just, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, you're gonna make time for it. It's no different than anything else.
Right, and I do think it depends on your major too. But.
Well, no, that's what I said.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
That I talked to some people and like they study.
Well, they
5
have
hours
to.
a day, and that was just not the case.
And luckily, we had a lot of like hands-on learning. You know, when you came back and worked on the farm, that's learning too, in our opinions. Yeah. There's no other questions that were submitted. Do you have anything to add, Eric? Jacob says, sounds like you find the time if you want it bad enough.
Right on, Jacob.
Mike said, LOL. Hi, Mike.
She's laughing out loud as well.
Okay, well, I don't have anything else to say, and I don't know if either. Nothing?
Mm-hmm. David Schuler joined.
Hi, David. Anyways, it's been fun. It's a lot more fun to do live videos when I have somebody, so please request Eric back in 2 weeks when we do our next Thursday Thoughts. What do you think?
I think I might need some beer or something before. I'm not a very social person.
We're not used to talking to the camera.
No.
Well, thanks, guys. If you have any... Oh, look at this. Miranda said, yes, Eric, come back. And David said, please have Eric back. Is that good enough? If you have any Christmas gifts that you want to ship, check out our Christmas collection. This Sunday we'll be putting up a hot wire fence out on Cornstalk, so I'll show that a little bit too. Any other questions that you want to submit, please do, because next time Eric's coming back, I'll be back. Not by popular demand. He'll be back by popular demand. But we look forward to it. So thanks for joining. Oh, another question just came in. What is Eric's arms workout? Have a good night.
Not being a banker, I can tell you that.